It's coming up to Black Friday, and I'm going to show you both on AliExpress and Amazon some massive discounts on cycling gear, on cycling clothing, on bikes, on carbon wheels. Now, this video is very different to the videos that I normally make. This has very little editing, and I'm basically going to show you my screen and show you these discounts. I'm not really interested in, 10% discounts, 20% discounts. I want to see 30, 40, even 50% discounts because it is Black Friday. And in preparation for this video, I found some absolutely huge discounts. And just a disclaimer, I've bought every single thing that I'm going to recommend in this video with my own money, except for one product. And as always, before I talk about that one product that I was given for free, I will tell you in advance. But everything else, all the other stuff, I have bought with my own money. Now, I do this for a living. I literally fill my AliExpress and my Amazon shopping list and buy products, test them out, make video reviews. And so I think I'm at a decent place to recommend or not recommend products. So everything in this video, I absolutely recommend. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Elitewheels ENT 2.0. I talk about these wheels so often on this channel. By far the best upgrade on my Trek Domani and my Sava A7L Pro. So affordable. Now, if we go to, let's go to ENT 2.0s, and then these are the ones that I bought. So $350, they're already, this is down from $576. I've never seen them for $576. I don't think they've ever sold for this. I bought them a year and 2 months ago for about $350. However, and I've never, ever seen them for this price. $350, let's just add them to my cart. And you can use discount code, well, let's see. We can use discount code $150 off of $999, $419. Let's see, I think $30. No, this one. So we should be able to get, if we go to the checkouts, we should be able to get $50 discount. There you go. Subtotal $300. $302. I've been looking at these wheels. Like I said, bought them about 14 months ago. And so I go to this AliExpress page quite often because I make videos on these Elitewheels quite often. And I've never, ever seen them for $302. It would have been really nice to see them at $299, but still, $302, absolutely incredible wheels. Probably the best upgrade I've made on my Trek Domani SL5 in terms of aesthetics, firstly, because the Trek Domani came with 23 mil rim depth tires. I just looked like a commuter bike, but I got some 50 mil elite wheels. So firstly, it looks so much better. And secondly, it's a lot lighter. Thirdly, a lot more aero. The carbon absorbs bumps a bit more. Amazing reviews on AliExpress. I think they've sold over 5,000 units. Over 5,000 units, averaging 4.9 out of 5 stars. I mean, you can't really complain at that. So that would be out of everything that I reviewed. And by the way, I do have the Cycling Gear Leaderboard, and as you can see, I've reviewed a lot of stuff and I've ranked everything out of 100. The reason why I start with the Elitewheels ENT 2.0 carbon wheels is because they're the highest reviewed, in my opinion. And these are just kind of arbitrary scores. This is my opinion. Your mileage may vary, but this is by far my favorite upgrade on any of my bikes for $300. Can't go wrong. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is Magicshine. So, and I've had to go to an incognito browser here because my other browser, it kept redirecting me. But I've reviewed, I don't know, more than 20 bike lights on my YouTube channel. And I've got about, 7 or 8 Magicshine lights. Most of them I bought with my own money. I think 6 or 7 of them I bought with my own money, and 2 or 3 they've sent to me. But nonetheless, Magicshine lights, time and time again, more durability than I would say almost every other brand. Better battery, better features. There's so many different types of lights that you can buy from Magicshine. And by the way, any product that I talk about, I'm going to add them in the description below. So I've got the HORI 900, incredible light. You can add the Garmin mount, the Garmin computer, or if you've got whatever bike computer you have, you can add it to the top. I don't actually use that. I use the ALLTY 400 the most. It's only, I say only, it's 400 lumens. There's the one. It's $30. It's absolutely insane. And like I say, out of all the bike lights, I have, and I have a lot, the two lights that I reach for when I go to ride my bike, probably 90% of the time. For the front light, it's the ALLTY 400V 2.0. I just like that it's small. I don't need a super bright 900 1200 lumen light when I go out for a ride, mostly because where I ride, there's street lights pretty much the whole way. So that's the front light. And the second most common front light I choose is the HORI 900 if I need something a little bit brighter. And then for my mountain bike, I have the ALLTY 1200. However, for the rear light, if I can find it, I'm using the SEEMEE 200B 3.0. And again, with the rear light, I have a lot of different rear lights, but it's the 200V 3.0 that I pick up the most for two reasons. Firstly, it's very, very bright. Secondly, it's very small, so it doesn't look kind of out of place on my road bike. And maybe a third reason is, as you can see here, it shines outwards as a kind of traditional bike light does, but also it shines onto the ground, and I like that. I feel like Magicshine are very innovative with their lights. It's such a simple feature, having one bulb going outwards and one bulb going down onto the ground so you're more visible. But I don't know any other bike manufacturer or bike light manufacturer that has this feature. And I mean, for $41.59, you can't go wrong with that. I've been using my SEEMEE 200. I've got a few of them, actually, 2 or 3 of them. And I've been using them for about a year. And I've not yet come across another bike light that I prefer more than this yet. I'm sure that day will come eventually as I'm getting more bike lights through the door. But for now, it's the SEEMEE 200V3 that wins that prize. So Magicshine lights, I've got some discount codes for Magicshine's website. You can also go to AliExpress. However, when I do make or when I do feature Magicshine lights in my videos, I always get viewers from Germany specifically saying that the AliExpress links don't work. So if you go direct to the Magicshine website, they should work. Or you can go to AliExpress's Magicshine official store. And talking of the Magicshine lights, again, you can see in the dash or in the leaderboard, the Magicshine lights out of all the lights that I've reviewed, they are reviewed very, very highly. I give them 85 to 87 out of 100 for these specific lights. And then there's some other Magicshine lights that I don't review as highly. For example, the Magicshine ALLTY 400 front light, incredible light, but the V2 has come out. And so it's like, well, and they're the same price. So it's like, why would you buy the 400, which is down here, when the V2 is out? And the V2 has better anti-glare technology and a better battery and a few other features as well. So that's why and I keep this updated. So when the V2 came out, I kind of pushed the 400 down more because it wasn't as good value for money anymore. And you can see here the last time I reviewed that product. Same with the Magicshine SEEMEE R300 radar rear light. It's a really good light. It has a radar on it. And it's good if you do a lot of countryside riding, meaning you're going down roads where like very occasionally there's a car that passes you. I do a lot of city riding on my bike, and the radar rear light is just going off all of the time. So it's kind of not as useful for me. But again, your mileage may vary. Next, I want to talk about is it called the ONIRII carbon road pedals? Now, I really like these. I really, really like these. However, when I bought them, I paid, you can see all the things I've bought here, but I paid $110.45. So this was a couple of months ago, and I've been testing them out for the last, 30, 45 days. I just did an Ironman 70.3 using them a week and a half ago, and they were incredible. And for $110, I thought these are really, really good. But when I was checking them out to make this video, I saw they were on discount from $109.71 to $50. And then you can use this discount code for 10% discount. So essentially $40 with free shipping. I bought them for $110 and I thought they were quite good value for money. So for half that, like 50-60% discount, they're an absolute steal. They're carbon. I also have the Shimano PDR540s that I use on my Sava A7L Pro, and then I have the PD060s ONIRIs on my Trek Domani SL5. The ONIRIs are carbon. They're a little bit lighter. In terms of usability, they're pretty much exactly the same, except for the ONIRIs are carbon and lighter, and also cheaper, especially with this Black Friday sale. So I can absolutely 100% recommend these. I know a couple of other YouTube or cycling gear review YouTubers have reviewed these quite highly as well. They've been using them for a year or so. I can highly recommend them. I've not made a video on them yet, but I will do probably before the end of the year. Next on the list is the JetBlack Victory fan. So they're doing a bundle offer, $499 for the JetBlack Victory and the fan. So I've been using the JetBlack Victory for the last, I think, 8 or 9 months. And a quick disclaimer, JetBlack, so I needed a smart trainer. So I was training for my Ironman 70.3 about a year ago, or maybe 10 months ago. And I wanted a smart trainer because I wanted to start riding indoors over the winter. And so I reached out to JetBlack, and they so competitive. My channel was tight. My YouTube channel was tiny at the time. And I reached out, just tried my luck. And JetBlack was so kind. And they sent me out a JetBlack Victory smart trainer for free. So I'm eternally grateful for them, because they were one of my first ever one of the first ever brands that supported the YouTube channel, so I kind of want to support them back. But at the same time, the Victory Smart Trainer, genuinely incredible bit of kit, incredible value for money. I mean, don't just take my word for it. Check the reviews online, on Reddit, on YouTube. Very, very well-reviewed product. And as I said, I've been using it for 8 or 9 months, and they've now got a JetBlack Black Friday offer. And the JetBlack Victory trainer, they don't generally, I've never seen them do a sale before. In the 10 months or so of checking their website, I've never seen them do a sale before. So it's nice to see JetBlack trainer $499. I also have the fan as well. And when I'm riding indoors, of course, it's so useful having the fan for 2 reasons. Firstly, it makes it feel like you're more outdoors, so it's a bit more realistic, because when you're riding outdoors, you do have the wind in your face. But secondly, obviously, just to cool you down as well. So I can highly recommend the JetBlack Victory trainer. Next, we're moving on to Amazon. Now, this isn't a specific cycling product, but in my opinion, every person riding a bike should own at least a few of these bags. And it's funny because when I'm filming this video, you can just about see, this is where my shoes go, and you can see one bag there and one bag here. So I have these charcoal bags all over my apartment. I've bought maybe 20, 22, 25 of them, and some are in my bathroom, some are, because I've got 2 cats and 1 dog, so some are near the cat litter trays, some are near the bin, some are near my shoes, some are near the toilet, some are near the bedroom, and they really just help neutralize odors. And they really do work. The only kind of maintaining or upkeep that I need to do is once a month, usually on the last day of the month, I will collect them all, and I'll put them on the balcony in the sunlight, in the direct sunlight, for about 8 hours, for 12 hours to recharge them. And then I put them back into my apartment, and they really do help. They're very affordable. And this is actually where maybe Amazon is cheaper than AliExpress, which is unusual. Usually it's the other way around. But I'm seeing on Amazon, they're 12 for $20, whereas on AliExpress, they're a little bit more. So maybe it's worth going to Amazon for these. And, if you have a girlfriend or wife or a boyfriend or husband, and they're complaining that you're coming home and stinking, or your shoes are smelling, or your bib shorts or whatever are smelling, these will probably make them a little bit happier. So, highly recommend. Next on the list is the Amazfit Bip 6 smartwatch. So I bought this again with my own money 5-6 months ago, and I wasn't expecting much. I mean, I paid $90 for it, and I was like, a smartwatch for $90. I wasn't expecting much. I bought it honestly just to review on my YouTube channel. However, so surprised, firstly, with the build quality, but secondly, how actually usable it was. So I'm actually wearing the Garmin Forerunner 570, which is $500. And don't get me wrong, the Garmin Forerunner 570 a better watch than the Amazfit Bip 6. However, the Amazfit Bip 6 is only $65. And everything that I kind of need or use on the Garmin Forerunner, like tracking pace when running or cycling, VO2 max, like all the metrics that you would need, the main metrics, sleep tracking, heart rate monitor, that kind of thing, even a workout coach, they're on the Amazfit Bip 6. And as I mentioned, the build quality is amazing on the Amazfit Bip 6. Equally as good build quality as the Garmin Forerunner, and I think that's saying something. Considering this costs $500 and the build quality of both watches are the same, I think it was a big surprise how good this was, and I'm not the only person that thinks so. 4.4 stars, 3,373 reviews. You got a 19% discount for Black Friday. I'll drop links in the description below. Just do make sure that you buy from the official Amazfit store from Amazon. One of the main downsides actually with this Amazfit Bip 6 is, and it's more because I have tiny wrists, is it's 46mm. So 46mm on my tiny little wrists, they just don't, it just looked like a dinner plate. And so that's one reason why I wouldn't buy this. Well, I've got a watch anyway, but if I didn't have the Garmin and I wasn't a YouTube reviewer, I would be quite happy with this if they did a 43mm version. But if you have bigger wrists, then I highly recommend this. The next thing on the list, and this isn't specifically cycling gear, but so many of us, including myself to a certain extent, we spend so much money, hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars, trying to get our weight down on the bike. Like we're buying carbon wheels, we're buying carbon bottle cages, but then it's like, why don't we decrease the weight of ourselves if we can, in a healthy way, of course, in a sustainable way? And so I started using actually the Anker Eufy Smart Scale about 14 months ago. If I'm at home, I've been using it every single day since. The times that I don't use it is when I'm traveling, and obviously I don't bring it with me, but it helps so much in terms of having a graph to see whether your weight is going up or whether your weight is going down. Because before I had a smart scale, I wasn't even stepping on a scale, I wasn't tracking my weight, and so my weight would like very steadily just go creep up over a period of weeks, and I wouldn't notice it until I'd put on like 3 kilograms, and then I'd be like, wait a second, something's not right here, and then I would do something about it. But it's like, if you're measuring it every day, if you're tracking it every day, as soon as it starts to go up just a tiny bit, then you can do something about it and start, I don't know, eating a little bit less, eating a little bit more healthily. And so I'm weighing between, my goal is to stay between 74 and 76 kilograms, and because of this scale, or partly, let's not give it all the credit, partly because of this scale, it has helped me keep in between that 74 to 76 kilograms. So completely recommend a smart scale. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's life-changing, but it's a very helpful tool at a very affordable price. And my Anker Eufy Smart Scale is not here, but I wouldn't even necessarily recommend like one of the $100 or even like the $70 scale, because there's so many different metrics that my Anker scale tracks, like body fat, water retention, muscle mass, but I never use those. I would also question how accurate they are. So if I was to do this again, if I was to buy a new smart scale, I would buy like a $20 smart scale just to measure my weight, and that's about it. So if you do have any of these products, do let me know in the comments. I'm very curious because I know my own experiences, but I'm curious about your experience, about other people's perspectives on these products. And if you do want to check out the Cycling Gear Leaderboard, link in the description below. And if you want to check out any of these products that I've talked about in this video, including discount codes, I'll drop them in the link below. And if you want more videos like this, you can click here and here, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for watching.